strap in. This will be a good one. Two one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This defense for the Steelers, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. He takes this for 3 to the 29. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Throwing now is Mahomes. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep, Nyheim Hines. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Play action. Now it's Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Second and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Steelers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On second down, right back to Hines. And down he'll go at the 25.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing now is Carr. Checking this down to Stevenson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty.
Mike 22. Stop your whining. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Get the ball. Mike 22.
Now Carr. Open man is Duvernay. Throwing his Carr on third down. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now Carr again. He'll check this down to Hines. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On second down now. It's Hines. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 44. I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Now a play fake. Carr. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Well, most people think of Derek Carr kind of as a guy who excels throwing the short pass, but he can dial it up when need be. Will Lutz on for the point after. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They go play fake. Mahomes. Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and you give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game, and now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. .38-yard line, 2nd and 11. They go play action. Now Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
As a former defender, I can feel their sigh of relief after that one, because when he breaks out of the pocket and you face a mobile quarterback, he causes all kind of problems in your secondary. They were able to force that incompletion.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On play action, it's Mahomes. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, a pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. Here's Bryan Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Now a give, running left is Harris. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Carr going to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. .37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now a give here to Pollard. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Mahomes now to throw. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. Going deep here for Allen. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
And Lutz puts this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the three.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes on the move to his left. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Mahomes now on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
On play action, now Carr. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. 79 yards. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 14-10.
14. Steelers 10.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. 44 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. This to Hines on the drop-off. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Michael Davis. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Yeah, this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Carr to throw. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting.
And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Boy, the coverage there airtight as he comes away with the interception.
Love that observation there because they were taking a shot at the end zone, but you're right about the coverage. Absolutely tremendous, and this they could clip for a training tape. Staying with him down the field, locates the football in the air, and comes away with the interception.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack.
Express. 22. Man out. 29.
After the sack on first down, Carr. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Carr now on first down. Caught by Allen. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Mike 22, Mike 22. Hey, what's the
637.
Mike 22.
Express.
I got you.
Carr now on first down. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. On second down, it's Hines, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 34-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
694.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And the Ravensons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Here's Mahomes to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Well, the terrible towels here at Heinz Field out in full force. Here's 3rd and long. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Hines now on the return. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA.
Carr now to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield, a combination of talent and toughness to go into the briar patch.
On first down, Carr.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll try the left side. Hines. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Watch time. Tight end right. 3 down.
1, later 1. 29.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Steelers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
Will Lutz on the field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. 7 yards the pickup there.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On second down, it's Pollard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. Mahomes going to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. It's a big play there for Baltimore. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Pollard going to try the right side. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
At the Steelers' 24-yard line.
Yellow.
Now Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Robert Tonyan, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And they'll start on the ground with Hines. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd and 2, Carr. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
57 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Tony Pollard with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Ravens are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
Extra point safely through, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
A gain of 3, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Carr. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now Carr. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now a give right side. It's Hines, and very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. They go play fake. Mahomes. And connecting here with DJ Chark.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman.
And the Steelers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Don't get nervous. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
Another try after the first down sack. Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Adrian Phillips.
And the Ravens are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Mahomes going to throw it here. He's going to go up top again. And this is taken in at the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they?